Well, I have a wonderful electronic invention I want you to see.
This is James Mathers at NAB 2019 for the Digital Cinema Society and Studio Daily. I'm here with my friend Snehal Patel. We're at the ZEISS booth, and ZEISS has been pushing metadata with their extended system to new heights of utility. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, now we have lens characteristics that we're passing through either cameras or through external boxes. So this is on our Supreme Primes or our CP3 XDs. What we do is we provide characteristics like shading and distortion characteristics. Shading being like how dark is the lens getting at the corners compared to the middle, and distortion is the curvature. The lens causes distortion depending on if the object is close to the lens or further away from it. So what we do is we provide these characteristics, and systems are now starting to use them more and more. So we already had a system where you can save the information and use it for visual effects in post-production, but what we're showing here with MOSIS is a virtual production system that's using the technology in real time. So this system is reading the lens data in real time on this Alexa LF camera with an LPL version of our Supreme Prime. So this is the other new thing that happened this year is we now have LPL mounts for our Supreme Prime lenses. And you could order them for around $600 each, and you could change your PL mount to LPL and then use it natively on the LF camera and the upcoming Alexa Mini LF. And the nice thing about these lenses is it gets rid of the extra adapter you don't have to use for PL mount. And because the mount is larger, it provides better light transmission for wider angle lenses. On top of that, we're using the metadata communication, so we're taking information from the lens, the focus and iris position, and the shading and distortion characteristics. The MOSIS system is capturing that and transferring it to their computer system and doing the calculations. And what we've done is we're showing that in this space here, where there's nothing here right now, in reality, we have a virtual lens that's sitting on top of this pedestal. And that virtual lens, as you pan and tilt the camera, you'll notice that the lens will actually distort exactly like it would if it was a real object. So if you move towards the side of the corner of the frame, if you move it back and forth and you pan back and forth, you'll see on the monitors, you'll see the virtual object moving and staying in position on the pedestal, but also distorting when it gets to the edge of the frame, and coming back together when it's in the middle of the frame, and then getting darker as it's closer to the edge of the frame, and then getting brighter in the middle. So it's actually giving the characteristics of the lens to the 3D virtual object, creating an epic game engine, and then making that object look more realistic. So how does this help? Well, in virtual production, you can have a green screen behind your actor. You can have foreground objects like car dashboards or motorcycles or something like that, and have this street scene behind them that's moving really fast, and you can mix the two together in real time, record it, and not have to do any work in post. That's the whole idea. The benefit of being able to do virtual production is that everyone on set looking at the monitors, they see what the computer's already rendered, and your director and DP can light and work within that space and work with the actors, but it's a realistic output that you don't have to do anything to. So we're providing that information that you can use it in real time, you could use it just to record it and use it later, but this is a nice, exciting way to demonstrate how the technology works that makes sense, because when you look at it, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. It's making my object look more realistic by taking on the characteristics of the lens. That's there. And on the post side, we now have a lot of feature films, music videos, and especially commercials that have used the metadata technology, recorded it either in camera, because on the red DSMC2 bodies with 7.1 firmware, you could record it directly on camera and not worry about an external box. Or with an Alexa, you could use a trans video monitor, or with any camera, you can use a Master Locket Plus box. And that box will record your characteristics of your lens, focus and iris marks, and then give it to you as sidecar files that you can use for post-production. So there's many different methods. There's free plugins for After Effects and Nuke, and many companies now using a custom software that they customize their software to fit with our characteristics so that you can apply it.
So lots of partners, a lot of people are, there's a lot of uptake, and that's great because ZEISS has put a lot of research into this.
Yeah, and even Fuji that announced their new zooms have incorporated the ZEISS extended data as well. So they don't have to come up with a whole new set of hardware and software that works with their lenses. It's already there, it's already available. Now the next step that we're doing is, which is really exciting, is carrying that information in your EXR and DNX sequences for visual effects. Because normally in visual effects, you don't work with camera originals. You don't work with a 10-minute clip. You work with the 5-second clip that was taken from that 10-minute shot. So what you do is when you're in editing with your EDL, you only output for VFX through the DI house just the image part that they need. So you give them an image sequence, which is either in DPX format or EXR format. We can now inject the metadata that we have from set into those sequences per frame. So each frame has the exact details. So this is all getting very exciting, and there's a lot of new things coming out, but you can go to our website for the Supreme Primes, and they have white papers you can download, video instructions to show you how each system works in detail. And as new abilities come out, we will continue to provide educational material for you to learn how to do it.
And great lenses from the Supremes, the CP3s, all the way down to the Batis.
Yeah, we have a lot of different lenses you can choose for your production. So if you're talking about high-end cinema, we have Supremes, which are large format capable. So they'll work perfectly on the Alexa LF, even open gate mode, work on 8K Monstro, really wide sensor. It'll work with the Sony Venice in a beautiful way. And C700 FF from Canon, or any other new format that comes out. We have CP3s that also can work in large format, but many people use in Super 35 as well. So we're showing it at the booth today in both Super 35 format and large format. We have CZ2 zooms, so CZ2 zooms, which are cinema zooms, 15 to 30, 28 to 80, 70 to 200. Those are full frame capable. So they're a lot of times matched with Supremes, right? And the big news is that we're completing our Supreme Prime set. So we're close to getting to all 13 lenses that we promised, but this year we have 9 of them with the 21 and 135 because they've been added now, and they'll start shipping in the fall. We have prototypes here you can take a look at, and they're beautiful, they're gorgeous. There's also T15, 21 millimeters, a 95 front diameter. The 135 is a 114 front diameter, a little bit heavier, but it's also T15, so you get amazing image quality, fast aperture, and great performance. Smaller size, great price point. So it's a great match for any of the full frame camera technologies that are out there, like the Venice, like the Monstro, Alexa Mini LF, the LF as well.
ZEISS has us covered.
ZEISS has you covered. We even got your specialty camera stuff. So a lot of people are using like the Rialto now, E-mount with a native E-mount, and you want a really small footprint. Well, we got Loxia lenses for that, which are manual focus, E-mount. And of course we have our Milvis and Otis. And in our Otis is still, new stuff is coming out. So it's great. And that's your really high-end premium cinema lens that people sometimes use for cinematic applications as well.
Thank you so much, Snehal.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.